Hey, what's up guys? Mike here, owns Pressure Washing. It's gonna get loud in a few minutes. It's probably already loud, but I'm setting my unloader, okay? I'm gonna show you everything in a minute. I'm just going over what we're doing first so we can hear. That's a 25085 because I have an 8.5 gallon per minute machine, all right? So that's the tip I'm gonna use today. So, now, when I squeeze the trigger, we're gonna see what our unloader reads. Now I'm gonna go over, it's gonna be loud, but I'm gonna show you what my meter, or what do you call it, my pressure gauge looks like. So hang in there, it's gonna be loud. Alright, we're at above 3,000. Right above 3,000. When I pull the trigger though, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Alright guys, I know that was super loud, but what I was doing was I set the unloader at like just under 3,000, and when I let go of the trigger it spikes up to 3,500. So basically you don't want it going above the pressure you need, so I figure 3,000 psi is good for when I'm operating, and then this way when it spikes, when you let go of the trigger, it doesn't go above 3,500. So basically I was tightening it down to the right with the correct tip, and you're good to go. Alright, so now that it's not so loud, I'll go through a little quick breakdown of what we did. Alright, so I put my correct tip on, right? When you tighten this down going clockwise, it raises your pressure. Turning it counterclockwise lowers your pressure. Okay, so when you put the correct tip in, whew. It's 25.085, okay, because I got an 8.5 gallon per minute machine. If you have a 4 gallon, you're going to want a 25.04. If you have a 5 gallon, you want a 25.05. All right, put that tip in, squeeze the trigger. You want to be, for me, what I did was when I'm squeezing the trigger, I wanted it at 3,000, right? When I let go of the trigger, it spiked up to 3,500 and went back down to 3,000. Point being, you don't want to set your unloader for 3,500 if if it's max at 3,500, because when you let go of the trigger, it's going to spike up to 4,000 or maybe just under. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want your unloader or your pressure to spike above 3,500 if you're in my scenario. If you have a 4,000 psi pressure washer, maybe set it at like 3,500, 3,600. Just don't let it spike at over the maximum amount when you let go of the trigger. Anytime you let go of the trigger, it's going to spike. So like I said, I put mine right below 3,000 with the trigger pulled and the correct tip. All right, you want to use, there it is, 25.085 if you got an 8.5, 25.04 for 4 gallon, and a 2505 for 5 gallon, or 25055 for 5.5 gallon. So when you're pulling the trigger, you want it to be, for me, I'm doing around 3,000. When I let go of the trigger, it spikes to 3,500 and then drops down a little bit more. So I'm good to go. I'm not overdoing it. But yeah, that's how you set it. You're basically tightening this down clockwise to raise the pressure, counterclockwise to lower the pressure. And if you bottom this thing out and it's still not reaching the correct amount of pressure, just grab yourself a screwdriver and you're gonna pop this off, and there's a nut. You can take that nut off. This comes off, right? Then there's 2 nuts that will they just set the height. Okay, you lock the 2 nuts together. Basically, if it's bottoming it out, you can just lower the nuts a little more. This way you can spin it down more. Pretty simple to do, but this is for a pressure trapped unloader, and that's how you set it. So hope that helps. I had a few guys asking, but for pressure trapped, you just need a pressure gauge and, you know, a screwdriver and a wrench to tighten those nuts down if you need. You probably shouldn't have to, you're probably not going to have to change those nuts, but if you had to, they're there. Turn clockwise to higher the pressure, counterclockwise to lower the pressure. Whew, it's hot out here, guys. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Comment below if you have a different technique, or if you have any questions, comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.